We are back, and Rick Perry has recently been receiving scrutiny for beliefs expressed in his 2010 political manifesto. But a comment about civil rights over this past weekend has managed to overshadow that book completely. Perry was in Rock Hill, South Carolina this past Saturday. He was asked a question about the significance of the civil rights movement and sit-ins. He gives this winding answer and then ends up comparing the civil rights struggle to Republicans' fight for corporate tax rates. Listen.
America's gone a long way from the standpoint of civil rights, and thank God we have. I mean, we've gone from a country that's made great strides in issues of civil rights. I think we all can be proud of that. And as we go forward, America needs to be about freedom. It needs to be about freedom from overtaxation, freedom from over-litigation, freedom from over-regulation. And Americans, regardless of what their cultural or ethnic background is, they need to know that they can come to America and you got a chance to have any dream come true, because the economic climate is going to be improved.
So does Perry really believe African Americans' struggle for civil rights is comparable to the GOP's fight for lower taxes? Joining me now to talk about this is MSNBC political analyst and Huffington Post reporter Alex Wagner. Okay. Is this ignorance of this? He was asked about the Friendship 9 sit-in, so maybe he didn't know what that was. So maybe it's just ignorance of the civil rights. Is it complete insensitivity?
I do think it demonstrates a certain, if not profound, insensitivity to the struggle that minorities, the black experience in America, especially at this time. I mean, if we look at what's happened to minorities, if we look at the disparity between rich and poor, you know, the numbers from the census show that white Americans make on average 20 times more than black families, 18 times more than Hispanic. You know, one of the things Dr. King fought for was social and economic justice. For him to tie, you know, corporate tax rates to the civil rights movement, again, I think demonstrates a profound insensitivity to at least the struggle, if not the teachings.
And this is just the latest. I mean, when you look at this series of quotes from the book, some of which he's backing off on, you have to sit back as a political analyst and say, is he too far off even for the GOP?
Sure, and you know, this is also not the first time Rick Perry has shot his mouth off. We have the stories about him wanting to kneecap Ben Bernanke. Rick Perry marches to the tune of his own, walks to the beat of his own drum. I think that there is a real concern on the part of the establishment GOP that he's not ready for prime time, and that he's really got to walk back some of this rhetoric. This certainly doesn't do anything to improve that image, especially, you know, we're about to see the unveiling of the MLK Memorial in Washington, and as I said, the country is facing particularly difficult economic climate. Have we seen any sort of symbol from the Perry camp that this is maybe not something he should have said? No, not as yet.